Hi sewers and aspiring sewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doyen, and in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make a jean trouser. So in this video we're going to be learning how to cut a jean trouser. So if this looks like what you're interested in, then you want to keep watching this video to the end. So in order to achieve a jean trouser, you need 2 yards of jean fabric. So what we have here is a jean fabric, and I'm working with a darker shade of blue jean fabric. So you can see this is how it looks like, and this particular jean is a bit stretchy, and I'm going to be using the stretchy part for the width of my trouser. So the basic measurement you need for this jean trouser is the trouser length, the waist measurement, the hip measurement, the waist to hip, and the waist to knee measurement. So we no further delay, let's just get right into it. So the first thing to do here is to take out this rough part of our fabric. I'm going to take this out because we don't need it to appear in what we want to achieve. Next, you're going to take out an allowance of 1.5 inches. Then you're going to measure your hip line measurement. My hip line measurement is 8 inches, and I'm going to also mark the crotch depth extension, which is about 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to mark my knee length measurement. My knee length measurement is 22 inches, so I marked that already. Then I marked my full length measurement. My full length is 45 inches. Then I added 1.5 inches allowance. That's same allowance, so I had 46.5 inches measured overall. So I'm just going to roll these lines across. So this is my hip line, while this is my crotch line, which is what I am marking here. Then we also have my knee line, which is what I am marking here. So we have about 3 lines highlighted here already. Next measurement I'm going to mark is my hip line measurement. So my hip is 36 inches. 36 inches divided by 4 is 9 inches. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch seam allowance. So that makes it 10 inches. So I'm going to mark 10 inches on my crotch extension line. And then I'm going to mark the 10 inches on my hip line, just as you can see. Then on my waist here, I'm going to mark 10 inches, just as you can see. So basically, I'm going to be connecting these lines together, just as you can see on your screen. So we have a straight line. So from this top side, I'm going to come down by 0.5 and mark a point there. Next measurement here is my waist measurement. My waist is 26 inches. 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. So I added 1 inch seam allowance, so we have 7.5 here. So I'm just going to connect this line towards my hip measurement. Next, from this 0.5 allowance, I'm going to form a slopey line around the top side of my trouser, just as you can see in this video. So this is what it looks like. This is what we have. Next thing we're going to do is to determine our crotch curve measurement. So my hips is 10 inches. So I'm going to divide 10 inches into 4 places. So what I have here is 2.5 inches. So my crotch curve measurement is 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark that here. Then on this point here, I'm going to come in by 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark that point here. Then I'm going to use my French curve to actually connect these lines together. So this is how I am connecting it, just as you can see on your screen. So we have our crotch curve already. So I'm going to measure what I have on my thigh measurement, and what I have here is 12.5. So since my pants is not going to be fitted, I'm just going to leave this 12.5 like that. So at this point, you can decide to take that same measurement as your knee measurement, or you decide to slim it down. But because I'm trying to achieve a palazzo jean trouser, I'm just going to be working with the same 12.5 inches as my knee measurement and also my ankle measurement. So I'm just going to measure 12.5 on my knee and also on my ankle. So basically, I'm just going to be connecting these lines together, just as you can see on your screen. So I made use of 12.5 inches on my thigh, on my knee, and on my ankle area, just to have that free shape for my trouser. So at this point, if you want to achieve a boot cut, or you want to achieve a fitted jean trouser, this is the time you should shape in your trouser to whatever you want. So basically, we are done with the front borders. So from this point to this point, we have the hip line. From this point to this point, we have the crotch line. From this point to this point, we have the knee line. Then we have the full body. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut this out. So after cutting, this is what it looks like. I'm sorry I couldn't show the process. It happened that my camera stopped recording. So this is what it looks like after cutting. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place this on the back side of the trouser. For the back side of my pant, I went ahead to place my fabric on a fold just like we did previously. So I'm going to be placing the front side on it just as you can see. So while doing that, make sure that there's a space at the side of about 2 inches thereabouts. Also make sure that there's a space at the top side of about 4 to 5 inches, just so that you can have enough allowance as you need. So once you have all of this done, then the next thing I want to do here is to take our appropriate measurements. So on the back side, I'm going to come in by 2 inches. So I'm going to mark that point here. I'm going to come in by 2 inches, which is what I've marked. Then on this other part here, I'm going to replace the 2 inches that I deducted from that part. I'm going to replace it here, which is what you can see me do right here. So basically, I'm going to just mark 2 inches towards my hip line, just as you can see me do right here. So I'm going to make sure that it is up to 2 inches. So I'm going to mark that to this point, to my crotch line point here. So the next thing I'm going to do here is on my knee line, I'm going to reduce the allowance by half of an inch. So I'm going to measure 1.5 inches on my knee area here. I apologize, my camera wasn't capturing that part, but I measured 1.5 on my knee area. Then on my ankle, I brought it down to 1 inch. From that knee point, I started reducing it down to 1 inch, down to my ankle point. I hope you understand. So basically, after measuring all of that, you're just going to be connecting the lines together. You're going to connect the 1 inch line towards the 1.5 inches, and then you're going to connect towards the 2 inches that you measured. So on this top side, because it's the back side, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches, which is what you can see me do here. So I'm going to be connecting this line towards this other line here, just because the back side has to be higher than the front side. So I'm going to be extending the back side crotch by 2 inches. Then I'm just going to rule a line around here, just as you can see. So basically, we're going to be forming a crotch for the back side. So we're not going to make it deep because it is the back side. So I'm just going to position my French cuff slightly around it, just as you can see. Not too deep, not as deep as the front part. So I'm just going to connect it towards the top side line, which is what you can see me do right here. So you don't need to make it deep because it is the back side. So just connect it towards the top side of your back body, just as seen in this video. So this is what we have. This is what it is looking like. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So from this extension around the crotch line, I'm going to be connecting it towards the hip towards the knee line. So from this point, I'm going to connect my ruler towards the knee line, just as you can see here. So we don't need any extra allowance on this part of our trouser. So this is what I'm going to be doing, and this is the final drafting for the back side of my jean. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut out what we have here. So just a quick recap, I reduced from the back side by 2 inches and I added that 2 inches back on the side. Then I also added 1.5 inches allowance from the knee length, then reduced it to 1 inch at the side towards the ankle. Then I also extended the crotch area of my back bodice by 2 inches, then connected it towards my knee, which is what you can see. So this is what we have. This is the final look of the trouser drafting. So the next thing you want to do here is to carve out the pocket shape. So I'm going to go in by 3.5 inches here. Then for the depth, I'm going to come down by 3.5 inches as well. So we're working with 3.5 by 3.5. So basically, I'm just going to connect the lines together just to form something like a rectangular shape. So because the pocket design is going to be curvy, I'm just going to connect it with this part of my French curve just to bring out the shape of what I want to achieve. So I connected from the other line to the other line. So this is what we have for the pocket design. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut this out. So for the inner pocket lining, you don't need to work with a tough fabric for that. So I'm going to be working with a doll face fabric because it is lighter. So for the width of my pocket, I'm going to be working with 14 inches, which is 7. Then for the depth, I'm going to be working with 11 inches, which is what you can see. And you can see that I placed it on a fold because we need 2 pieces of this. So I'm just going to cut out what we have here. So for the width, I made use of 7 inches, while for the depth and for the length, I made use of 10 inches. So the next thing we're going to be doing here is to draft out the pocket shape on the pocket inner. So we're going to be doing that on the width part of the pocket. So So which part of the pocket is the widest part. So I'm just going to position the actual trouser fabric on it, just as you can see. Then I'm going to follow the shape of my pocket, just as you can see me do right here. So I'm just going to cut out exactly what I have here on one side of my pocket inner. So we have two pieces of the pocket, and that is why I positioned it like this. After that, I'm going to reshaping my pocket inner. So I'm going to place it like this, then position the actual fabric on it just as seen, and then give it a slight shape just as seen in this video, just because my waist is actually 7.5 and what I have here now is about 8.5, of which I'm going to reshape later. But let's just leave this as it is. So on the back side of our jean trouser, there is actually a design, and we're going to be achieving that together. So I came down by 3 inches at the center point, then I came down by 2 inches at the side of my at the waist side. So basically we're supposed to connect this together, but I noticed that the line is not as slopey as I want, so I'm going to come down from this point by, I think I should come back. The 2 inches on this other side is okay, but let me just come down by 3.5 here so we can have a slopey shape. So I measured 3.5 at the crotch area, and I measured 2 inches at the waistline area. So we have a slanted shape at this point. So this is what we're going to be working with. But because I am not drafting on a pattern, I am going to be using this to actually form a pattern. So I'm just going to fold this like this, then I am going to be positioning this on another fabric just so that we can have that exact shape. So I'm just going to unfold that part and position it on another fabric, which is what you can see. So I made sure that the fabric was placed exactly around the gator, just so that we can have this exact shape. Then I went ahead to cut out this shape. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to put this aside. Then from this main bodies, I'm going to mark my seam allowance. So from this line, I'm going to come up by 0.5. So this is going to serve as my seam allowance. So I'm just going to mark that on different angles here, and I'm going to cut out what we have here. So I'm going to label the pattern. This is the down part, this is the upper part. So I'm just going to place this on my jean fabric. I'm going to leave an allowance at the top side and leave an allowance at the down side, which is going to serve as the same allowance. So I cut out 2 pieces of these because we are going to really need 2 pieces. So this is what we're going to be attaching to this main fabric here. So this is the down side, and we're going to place it like this, and also the same for the other side as well. So I'm going to label this up and down. So just make sure that you label it so you can be able to differentiate which one is up, which one is down. Next, I'm going to draft the pattern for the zipper flyer. So for the length, I'm going to be working with 7 inches. So I mark that point here. Then for the width, I'm going to be working with 2 inches. But for then I ruled a line across. Then for the width, I marked 2 inches for that. I marked 2 inches, including the seam allowance. I marked 2 inches. So I'm just going to mark that on different points here and then connect it with my ruler. So we have straight lines, just as you can see here. So the next thing we're going to be doing here is to mark a curve, because it's going to be having a curve. So on this angle here, I'm going to come in by 0.5 just to mark a curve. So to achieve the curve, I'm just going to be working with my French curve. I'm going to position it around that part where I want to curve, and this is what we have. So I'm just going to be cutting out what we have here. So I'm going to place my pattern paper on my fabric just like this, and then I'm going to be tracing out the pattern paper. So this part is the facing for my zipper, so I'm just going to put this aside. So for the second face, we're going to place it on a fold, and for the wideness, we're going to be working with 2 inches. Remember that while we're cutting for the other one, we measured 7 inches. So for this one, we're going to measure 9 inches. So I cut out 9 inches. I decided to reduce it to 8 inches, so I cut out 8 inches, while for the width, I cut out 2 inches. So basically, the measurement we're working with is 8 inches length and 2 inches wideness for the zipper flap. So this is going to serve as the zipper flap. Next thing here is my pocket patch. So because we're using a different fabric for the pockets, I'm going to be cutting out a pocket patch for it. So for the width, I went ahead to measure 6 inches for the width, while for the length I went ahead to measure 5.5 inches. So we have a square shape for this. Then on this angle, I'm going to come in by 1¼ then I'm going to be using my curve to connect the lines together. So this is how I'm going to be connecting it. So I'm going to be connecting it like this, so it has a shape like this, just something similar to what we did on around the pocket. So I'm just going to cut this out. So for the length, we made use of 5.5, then for the wideness we made use of 6 inches. So this is the top side, this is down side. Then one of our front pockets is going to be having an inner pocket. So this is the inner pocket. So for the width of the inner pocket, I am going to mark out 4 inches for the width of the inner pocket. Then for the length, I'm not sure of what the length will be because I'm going to be working with the patch length. So I'm just going to cut out something random, which is 5.5, just as you can see me do here. So I'm just going to cut out what we have here. So this is going to serve as the inner pocket for our side pockets. This is how I'm going to be folding it. So we have 5.5 as the length, while we have 4 inches as the width. So I'm going to position this like this while sewing. So this is how it is going to be. I hope you understand now. Final thing here is the back pocket. So I already placed this on the fold. So for the length, we're going to mark 6.5 inches. I'm just going to be cutting out something random. So for the length, we have 6.5 inches marked, and then I'm going to cut this out. Then for the wideness, we're going to be marking 6 inches. So I'm going to mark that on different angles here, and then I'm going to also cut it out. So for the length, we measured 6.5, while for the width we measured 6 inches. So I'm just going to open up this other part. So this brings us to the end of the cutting process of a jean trouser. So in the next video, I'm going to be taking you through the sewing process of the jean trouser. If you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video, guys. Bye.